Yeah, Coach, they shoot over 50% from three, a team that shoots 32% on the year. How much of that was a team getting hot, and how much of that was giving them too many good looks from deep?
Well, we broke down a few times, especially in that stretch in the second half. We made the nice little comeback to get back in it right before halftime. Won the first two wars, we call them, the first two TV timeouts. You're up, I think, 35-33, and then we had some breakdowns, and they had the one kid be special. He goes 7 for 9, 21 points off of that. That's the difference in the game. And I thought for that stretch defensively we were pretty good. And then when they made a couple shots, got it to 8 to 10, we had some bad possessions offensively, and didn't give ourselves a chance, didn't finish some plays, missed some open shots, missed some free throws. But, you give them credit, 20 assists, 23 field goals, moved the ball. The rest, it's one kid gets 23, the rest 9, 6, 6 to 10, and they only get 67, and they shoot 14 for 27. So, just again, they're a little older, a little more mature. You got to give Roach Coleman credit. 7 assists, 4 assists. They took what the defense gave them, and then somebody stepped up for them and made shots.
At what point did you know you wouldn't have Cam tonight, and then what's his kind of long-term prognosis?
He was in a boot after the game Saturdays, so Sunday, Monday, he got in a shoe a little bit yesterday just to see how he'd do. He gave it a shot at the shoot-around today, but he made the decision that it's a decision he had to make, that he did. It's a young man that's had just severe injuries, and it's a tough thing for him, and he wants to make sure that thing heals up, and just hope and pray that he's able to go. I don't know about Saturday, but hopefully next week, and the long term, we'll have to see where he's at.
Barry, just how hard was it to move around on offense and score points without Dean and Kamau in there?
I think we could have did a little bit better even without him in there. I don't know, just get the ball moving a little bit from side to side. I think motion worked a little bit for a stretch there, and that's it.
And Coach, what's the one thing you'll stress with these guys as you move toward Texas Tech to get things going offensively?
You just got to hang together, got to come and back, and we said no matter what happened, win or lose, you got to come and be ready for the next one. That's the good and the bad of this league, and you're playing a really good team that just went on the road, found a way to win. They've been very good defensively. We've been pretty good defensively. And we got to find something offensively where we get that ball moving, and we got to finish too. We had some opportunities that we had some open shots, some shots at the hoop. We just it was a physical game, not many free throws, and you got to finish at the hoop.
Barry, they hit 14 threes. Did you feel like you defended those pretty well, or were they open some too?
Some of them were tough, but for the most part, I feel like we kind of broke down, especially on allowing them to get offensive rebounds, kickouts. Those are the easiest times to shoot threes for them, and they had a guy that was hot, and he stepped up, made big shots.
When you don't have Dean, you don't have Kamau tonight, obviously. How much more important does that make defense for you guys without those guys?
It's more important. Those are veteran guys that know the system and know rotations and stuff like that. So without them, everyone just got to pick it up a notch.
I guess that's what was kind of the main problem on offense for you guys tonight. Didn't look like too sharp out there.
Like I said earlier, maybe it was moving the ball from side to side, getting the right shot. I don't know. Sometimes we got the right shot, we just didn't make shots. Like he said, just finishing around the basket, finishing open shots. Execution.
Hey, Coach, at one point, I think they missed 11 of 12 threes, but then the rest of the time they were on fire.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what you need to do defensively against a team that's hitting the open three-point shot as far as you're getting spacing against you guys? Probably a little bit.
We had talked about really limiting their dunk side, especially that ball screen dive. Hayes gets to that hoop, and they finally got a couple of those down the stretch. I think we kind of lost a little bit of focus there when they got those, but we'll have to look at the film and see where we broke down. I think some of it was on switches. We've been very good. You got some new guys in there that haven't been through it as much, and you get one or two of those and they get a couple open shots and jump up and make it. And I thought a couple times we didn't close out with the hands that you need to. A little bit casual on our closeouts. It's one thing we've been very good at. We were one of the best in the country last year. Defending the three, you got to get hands up every time, and then rely on your teammates for help.
Bruce, are there any short-term fixes for the offense right now?
We got to, I thought there were a few times we ran some plays, we got some looks, we didn't make them. Moving the basketball is important. Like Barry said, a couple times we just ran some motion, got them moving. They're so long in their length and they protect that hoop so much that, you got to hit that pull-up jumper. You got to penetrate and kick and make that open three. And if you have a shot at the hoop, you got to go up strong and finish. And we just didn't do it. I think Mac wanted to first half, forced some things. I think he's 1 for 6, 1 for 7. Second half, at least he gave us a few times, gave us some hoops. And, it's ball movement. You got to be a little more. We talked about it when Dean went out, and then you get Cam out. You got to be a little more exact on everything. The screening, the cutting, everything, making the right reads, everything is got to be a little better.
And just to clarify, Cam, is this back to the injury against Georgia State?
Yeah, it's actually the injury that he had last year. So it's just a continuation of that. And, like I said, just hope and pray for his sake that he's able to finish the season and have a great senior year.
Is it the side of that foot?
Yeah, that's where he had the stress fracture.
Any concern that for the first time your struggles on the offensive end might have impacted what you did defensively?
Yeah, I think we had some bad possessions, some turnovers, kind of like Mason. Down the stretch, we turned over a few times. They got a few transition, make some buckets. Now you break your spirit. You're playing a lot of guys a lot of minutes, probably some more than they have played. Maybe just wore down a little bit in that stretch. And, he just said they missed 11 out of 12 threes and then probably finished with 6 in a row or so down the stretch. They started hot. They cooled down. We gave us a chance. And then they sure finished hot down the stretch.
Defensively, they made 14 threes. Is that something that you are concerned with, or is that kind of an uncharacteristically hot night and you won't, worry about it too much?
If you look at our numbers, we're one of the best in the country, and they shot 47 from the field, 51 from three, and it's pretty good. So got to watch tape, figure it out, see what our scheme was. Was it our scheme? Was it? And every team's got a different scheme. Again, we trying to take away those dunks. Our coaches do a great job. The players do a great job buying into it. But again, you got to give their guys credit. They were patient, let things come, took what we gave them, and they made us pay and got hot at the right time.
Barry, just the same thing. Are you concerned about giving up 14 threes, or is it kind of an uncharacteristically hot night for Texas that you don't worry about it too much?
We're good on defense, man. We just got to get back to our roots. Maybe a few times I feel like we just allowed the ball to get too deep, and we don't like to get dribbled under, which is when the ball is under the help guy. So I think ball containment kind of hurt us because then we had to help a little bit deeper and allow for that kick ahead three. But we just got to, like he said, watch tape, get better.
Coach, without Dean and Cam, it's natural for a lot of the attention and perhaps pressure to shift to Barry. How do you prevent that from happening and keep it spread out throughout everybody else?
Other guys got to make plays, and then Barry's got to let it come. It's just we need him. We need him to score. But he's, some nights it might have to be 11 assists if they're going to bog him up and make sure he doesn't score. Somehow we got to get some movement into different plays and give him some action. I thought started the second half, he he got to the hoop a couple times, made some plays, you know, and then when he makes the right read, somebody's got to step up and make shots.
Speaking of that, I believe the first 10 minutes of the game, Barry only got 1 field goal attempt. Was that somewhat intentional to try to get other guys going, or is that just the way the game went?
Well, I think, again, you know, we thought we could maybe at least wanted to go to Mac and make their guys accountable. I thought Mac forced a few times, you know, didn't let it come. You know, just kind of the flow of the game. They went zone in that one stretch after the beginning. And, you know, I thought at times when they went zone, it actually helped us. But, you know, we definitely have to have some guys. They're getting opportunities. They got to step up, make some plays, make some. If we're going to have a chance again every game, it's going to be a war every time.
Anything else for? Oh, Barry, just what is the frustration level right now in the locker room? I mean, 20-point loss as you take it. What would be most?
I was just frustrated, just knowing we could have did better. Knowing we're a better defensive team than we showed in that second half. Knowing we're a better offensive team than we showed the whole game. So, I mean, just got to get better, watch film, execute, and just learn from this experience. I mean, it's just sad to lose by 20 at home when you have a good crowd out there. So, that's it.